You know her, you love her. Help me welcome to the stage, Miss Mari Smith.
Thanks, Jimmy. Facebook organic reach is dead. Facebook organic reach is so 2012. End of session. Mic drop. Kidding. This is a slide I've shared many times that illustrates, kind of in a pie chart, what happens when you publish content, any type of content, on your Facebook business page. All these little white segments are showing who is not seeing your content. Zero, nada, zilch, crickets, tumbleweeds, nothing. Snoresville. Oh, wait a minute, one wee piece, one tiny little segment. It is basically representing between 1 and 6% on average, right? 1 to 6% on average for average people. Average reach, average people. But guess what, friends? There is nobody in here that's average. I know you're not. You wouldn't even be at this conference. You wouldn't be in this room if you're not average, or if if you are average, excuse me. So I want to present to you some above average, some outlier content. So is it really true? Is organic reach really dead? Volume.
No, hell no, to the no, hell to the no, to the no.
Could someone please tell Mike Stelzner? My bad. He's a long-term friend, as you know. I was there in the very beginning. But no, organic reach is very much alive and kicking. That's what my entire session is about. Mike especially asked me to teach about that. Now then, before I go any further, I do need to just check to see who's in the audience here. How many of you, by show of hands, do currently run Facebook ads? Sweet, good, happy to see that. I will not embarrass those of you to say who is not running ads. I didn't see everybody's hands up there. But not to worry, because I am definitely going to share a series of examples and some very key takeaways from real life businesses that are using a combination of organic and paid. A couple of my examples are 100% organic, but there is some paid. So if there's anybody in the room that's not doing ads right now and starts freaking out and going, Mari said she's only going to do organic, believe me, you need to do a little combo. So what I'm going to teach you in these examples coming up is a methodology I've been working on and developing literally for years, and we keep refining it. We test out with clients and students in my classes. Simply call it the Mari method, and I'll show you how that works. So last year I was the opening keynote on day 2, like Jasmine just did there, for speaking about the future of Facebook, what marketers need to know. And as we all know, the digital landscape has changed dramatically. I mean, you could say in 3 years, 5 years, I mean, unquestionably in 10 years. And I did my whole talk last year around this concept of who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese? How many of you are familiar with that book? Yeah, I mean, the concept of it is like, Facebook keeps moving our audience, right? It's the story of these 2 little guys that, keep chasing their cheese, and it's they go to get it one day and it's not there anymore. And that's really what's happened to us with Facebook organic reach. Back in the day, in the heyday, we were able to get extraordinary 100%, 200, 300% organic reach, and now it's just plummeted to, like I say, on average 1 to 6%. So with these examples, the first up is a wonderful teen camp, a teen summer camp called Super Camp. It's actually based right here in Oceanside in northern San Diego. And Bobby DePorter, was the founder of that organization. As youth summer camps, as I mentioned, empowers teens to really prepare them for a life of excellence in their academic and their personal lives. She started almost 38 years ago, 1982. I first met Bobby in 1999 when I first emigrated here to San Diego from Scotland. Really special person. And there are 83,000 graduates worldwide of this teen summer camp called Super Camp, and from more than 80 countries. So the challenge, and many of you will be able to relate to this, and they're a multi-million-dollar company, right? So the challenge was that Super Camp used to be able to get their enrollments very easily with Google pay-per-click and SEO. I'm sure many of you that are kind of seasoned marketers, been around for a little bit, can relate as well. Then PPC became basically 10 times more expensive starting around 2010. And yikes, right? I mean, crikey. What are you going to do when it's like Facebook just keeps moving the cheese and the PPC keeps getting more expensive? Well, hallelujah, organic reach to the rescue, right? So that's what we want to do here. I'm saying organic. There is a little bit of paid. We did do some paid campaign with this. Now, what I'm going to show you in these next several slides, actually my partner Christopher here, you raise your hand, he's 6'6", so we joke about him being my biggest fan. We met at Social Media Marketing World 2014, just saying. And so he and I work together a lot in our digital marketing, and he's been working with Supercamp very closely. So if any of you have any questions about Supercamp with these examples, I'm going to show you. Christopher knows it very intimately. So, so a lot of the videos, so it's video first strategy. I'm going to show you some examples, then I'll do some takeaways. So this particular video, we're just going to take a quick peek at it's like the first minute or so of it.
This has been an amazing experience for both our kids. So I sent my daughter for the junior camp, and I sent my son for the senior camp. Both did not want to go. Both told me how I was such a needy parent for sending them. And then my daughter sobbed her eyes out when she had to leave because she said it was the best experience ever. Just picked up my son, totally different attitude. He's already talking about mind mapping.
I'm just going to pause it there. So the thing with that video, you can tell the audio is not that great. It was actually shot on a phone. But the critical component is it's designed for sound off. 80% of video ads are watched with sound off. You've got to have captions and or text overlay. So this particular video is basically part of a funnel that's created with the top of funnels, we call it tofu, right? Top of the funnel gets the best organic reach and engagement. Native videos you upload directly to Facebook or live, Facebook Live gets the best organic reach and engagement. Then from there, very, very inexpensive way to begin to build your warm audience. You create custom audiences of video views inside of Ads Manager. From there, you're going to expand and scale with lookalikes. And those of you, this is maybe a little bit Greek, but I'm sure many of you in the audience already know about custom audiences and lookalikes. So there's a bit more to it than this, but we're going to expand to reach a wider audience of people who are similar to those who viewed that video. We're also going to include some other lookalikes based on the hottest leads and obviously past customers. Because you can imagine with a summer camp, they have teenagers, they send them to the summer camp, maybe 1 year, maybe the second year, depending on the ages of the kids, and then that's it. It's not like repeat customers. So they want to keep finding new people like that. Then they allocate some budget. And that absolutely increases the reach and the views. Now then, I'm going to show this in a couple of examples. I'm going to drive it home in a little bit with my example of Stephen coming up. But there's a really important point that not a lot of people know about when it comes to video, and when you upload a video and then you go into your Creator Studio and you create a fresh post with that same video because the views are cumulative. Okay, so I'm going to just bookmark that in your mind. I'm going to show you a clear example coming up with Stephen. So that's a really key component of the Mari method is repurposing and reusing video. Let's take another look and then I'll show you some results. Another simple video shot on an iPhone at an event. This one got 295,000 views, organic and some paid. They only have 10,000 followers on the page, which is quite extraordinary. So this is a dad. Let's take a look at him.
Well, Gabrielle's father, and I wanted to tell all of you kids, enjoy this. This is awesome. I went to super camp when I was a kid. It got me where I am. It changed my life. It made me study in high school. It made me excel. And you guys can do the same thing and better. We expect better from you than we've done.
Similarly, just a kind of basic video with the text overlay, and those two were actually three. You had 16 that you tested, and those were 2 of 3 absolute winning videos that got the best results, which were 2,100 leads at a cost of $4.51 each, given that they were paying $35 each per lead using Google pay-per-click previously. So a nice difference. And the cool thing, and this also may affect some folks in the audience here, is that the audience that Supercamp targets, you can imagine, to be able to send your kid to a private summer camp, they need to have a little bit of disposable income. It's not something that's for everybody necessarily. So top 10% of income earners are targeting, top educated in the most expensive areas. So a quick peek of the dashboard of some of the video metrics is a little hard to see, I know, but what we're going to do is just highlight the 3-second video plays and then the 75% column. And I want to point out that almost 100%, right? 97% of the target audience watched 75% of that particular winning video at half a penny per view. So when we talk about allocating budget, it's not like huge big fortunes. It's enough to be able to lead people through a process and not try to go like right for the sale. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of marketers make, is taking a cold audience, they get a lookalike, which is like 1 million, 2 million, put all their money on it, and they go to a cold audience, they go to a conversion ad straight to try to make a sale. But you've got to remember that Facebook in particular, nobody is there with the mindset of even searching for something or trying to solve a problem or trying to buy anything necessarily. A little bit more so on Instagram perhaps. I've bought many things on impulse with Instagram ads. But with Facebook, it's very, very different than Google. So some hot tips from Supercamp. Always start with relevant content. The mom and the dad speaking directly to that avatar. Doesn't have to be top quality, as I just showed you, it's shot on an iPhone. Don't let that stop you. Text overlay is going to be your friend, and get right into it, right? No fancy spinning logos and take 4 seconds to get your intro across. Just go right in. The iPhone videos perform better than the professional ones. Telling the stories that your audience or avatar is particularly going to want to hear, right? And then that's what I'm saying about leading them through a process. You cannot just say, buy my stuff. We could maybe say that in 2010. But especially on Facebook, like I say, you want to warm people up and get them to kind of know you and go, oh gosh, there's that super camp again. Gosh, I have a teenage daughter that this might really be relevant to. Some more hot tips, continue on this page. Really want to be creating your best organic post. Our good friend Larry Kim, some of you might know Larry Kim, started WordStream, now Mobile Monkey, and he has this concept called unicorns. A unicorn post typically is going to outperform all your other posts by roughly 10x. It's not an exact science, but you're looking for those outlier posts organically that your audience really resonates with. Those are the ones you promote. This is a critical point, because often what happens is people think, well, gosh, I'm getting so much organic reach. Why would I give Facebook money to, I'm doing fine. This is getting 95% more reach than all my other posts. No, that's the winning horse that you want to add the budget to in Ads Manager and let it go even further to reach a wider audience. So as I mentioned, 16 videos they published to find those 3 unicorns, and you absolutely get better ROI, the return on investment of your paid content, when you first begin to work the organic, and especially with video, and especially really engaging, getting there and engaging with people's comments and likes and everything. All right, so switching gears, I'm going to have you meet Stephen Aitchison. He's a fellow Scot. I love talking to him because he's from Edinburgh, and we always have a blast. And he actually has a personal development blog, which he's had for a very long time, stephenaitchison.co.uk. And he has almost 4 million fans, about 3.7 or something. He's had his business page on Facebook for about 10 years. He's a really interesting strategy. And you look all these people up in their pages. So with Stephen, he had invested about $16,000 on Facebook ads with practically hardly any ROI, and that was over a period of time. Really struggled to get good ROI. So he was just like, ads got too complicated. He said, this is not for me. So then he just went all in on organic. Organic to the rescue. He just found that that's really been his sweet spot, and I'll show you what he does. So he's very in a fortunate position to be able to do evergreen. If you are in an industry that doesn't change every 5 minutes, like Facebook marketing, definitely look to produce evergreen content, because however many fans you have, even with a little bit of boosting or ads manager or great organic reach, you're still not going to reach 100% of your audience. So it's okay to keep resharing content. And he drives people to his blog posts where he monetizes with either ads and or with paid partner blog posts. He makes roughly $30,000 to $40,000 a year in those paid partner blogs, just one of many sources of income. But that for him is almost like set and forget. He just has a couple of admins on his page. He's one of those pages that posts a lot, like maybe once an hour or something, like a dozen posts a day. That's too much for most pages, but for a very large page like this that consistently gets good engagement, then that's great. This is Stephen's runaway winner evergreen blog post. It's about your Enneagram type. He's made 25 grand in ad revenue on this post alone. And if you were to go to his Facebook page and search for the word Enneagram, you would see that he's consistently over time driven posts. Like, don't think I just made, I posted about that blog post or that article one time, everybody's seen it. Totally okay to keep coming back and driving people there. And then to keep Google happy, he will go in and regularly just add a little update, some fresh content, tweak it a little bit so that the Google crawlers are reading it as fresher content. So Stephen's tips, definitely for him, and this really is pertinent to most everybody here. We saw it with the Super Camp example, how critical it is to have relevant content that really speaks to your avatar. So for him, he's always like, in his categories is educate, like providing information that helps people, educates them, gives them knowledge, or it's entertaining, it's funny. I always say if you can make people laugh, cry, or go, "Aw," they're more likely to engage with your content. So entertain, or what he calls enlighten, which you see he does a lot of those meme posts that are just quotes or images with an inspirational quote. That's what he might refer to as enlighten. Then similarly, amplify your best performing posts. Like I say, he's all organic right now. He told me he's going to be getting back into doing some Facebook Lives. He was doing regular Facebook Lives. He kind of took a little pivot and he got all into cryptocurrency for a little while. And this whole thing was just running on autopilot. The ad money's coming in, the partner money's coming in. But he's like, I'm coming back to do his Facebook Lives and amplify those just with even a little budget of the ones that are doing really, really well, right? Those unicorns, the Mari method. Now then, ding, 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 ding. Super hot tip for you that I bet you nobody in this room knows. Facebook, in their infinite wisdom, they're always messing with us. The person that publishes the content on your Facebook page matters according to the algorithms. This may or may not be even feasible for a lot of you in this room if you had a page that you inherited or you have a lot of admins or has been with the company in a while. What I mean by that is Facebook's algorithms knows if you're the original page admin, original page creator, and you're the one creating the content versus if you've added admins or editors or moderators down the road. And he can literally see a difference on his page, whether he's the one that goes in and makes the post versus anyone on his team. Facebook knows when you're the original admin. Now that blew my mind when he shared that with me. I personally did not know that until just recently. And so fortunately for me, I am the one that creates all my Facebook content. But for those of you in the room here where you're, I know, kind of got your light bulbs going off and thinking, gee, gosh, maybe I've over-delegated. Maybe there's a way where even a few times a week, you could be the one that makes the content, and you may notice a lift in your organic reach. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we ultimately want to create. Free reach is awesome. Thank you, Zuck. And then, here's the point I said earlier with Supercamp. This is vital to go into your Creator Studio, look at the videos that have gotten some views that you want to reuse, and he said especially on a large page with 3.7 million fans, You can go in and create a fresh post, and those video views are cumulative. So we've got a quick example for you here. So here's just a screenshot of some of his views. You can see there's like 58,000, 100,000, you know, a few million here, a few million there, but oh my gosh, what about this one here with 19 million? It's a bit of an outlier compared to some of the other views. And so this is where Stephen, you can see, oh my gosh, same post, November, December, January, February. Same post once a month, 19 million views. The views stay, they accumulate and grow no matter when you posted the video. Make sense? So they're cumulative, but the tally always updates on whatever post you've made. So I really want you to go back into Creator Studio, make a little homework note for when you get back to your office, look at some of your best performing videos. It does not matter if it was a year ago or 3 years ago, because you're going to click that little button in Creator Studio, create a fresh post. Nobody knows it was an old post, fresh post with fresh description, but the views come with the video. Let's take a quick, so I've got like the few seconds of that particular video. So a lot of Stephen's videos are like that. I just showed you like the very few seconds of the end, where it's that inspirational, it's music, it's designed for 100% sound off consumption, it's highly shareable, people get inspired and they're like, oh my gosh. So then the traffic, you know, he does those interspersing between those types and the ones that drive people to his blog posts and also his paid partner posts. Okay, so that's one strategy. It may or may not work for you in terms of the type of business you're in, if it's a small local business, but it's more about the strategy of using the video that resonates with people and then repurposing and reusing. Let's look at another example. You're gonna love this one. James, he is a hoot. He is what he calls, self-confessed, an airsoft sniper, ghillie suit addict. He's out of the UK as well, my friend down there, he's in England. And at first oh dear, I don't want to get into politics. We shouldn't. But I wasn't clear what he was doing with these guns. What transpires, it's a game and it's paint. It's like paintball, right? You know. And he assured me there's no humans and no animals ever get harmed. All right, so let's just lay that track. If you don't know what a ghillie suit is, take a look at this picture. If you can see James's face, way in the middle there, everything else around him is a ghillie suit. Basically designed for camouflage, right? So let's look at what James does. Unbelievable, all organic. He has found a niche within a niche within a niche. So he goes after kind of a gaming community, but he brings the game alive by going out into the woods and playing this airsoft sniper. He loves to be super sneaky, where he's the one in the ghillie suit and others not necessarily are. And so some of his posts are just incredible. Oh, and then he monetizes by selling ghillie suits. That's why he makes these ghillie suits. So his page has got almost 150,000 followers, and he can get like 400, 500,000 reach. This particular one, whoopsies, sorry, back up, 421,000 reach in just 15 hours on a page, you know, with 150. And now actually that particular post has even more. So this is just to give you a sense of like what the heck these videos are like. I pulled out a fun clip for you.
Hey guys, you join me at Reforger Airsoft just outside of London, England. Our mission is to defend a village from enemy attack. While our main force sets up defences in and around the village, myself...
Just a little clip. You can check him out. The name of his page is Kicking Mustang, so... fun stuff. And you can see he's got a really devoted fan base. Now, this example is super fascinating because it has 500,000 reach. The views, has anybody noticed that Facebook started hiding views? I mean, we know on Instagram hiding like counts. We know they started to test in certain countries hiding reaction counts, but also they've been really working on hiding the views. Okay, so I clicked into this, and this one has 4.6 million views on Facebook. He had sold, James, 150,000 British pounds, which is almost $200,000, in just the last 9 months or so with this really niche product, right? So he was hand sewing, hand gluing, hand stitching these ghillie suits, and then he found a manufacturer to do it for him. Now he just goes out and makes videos and has fun and makes some money. But it's all from organic reach. Now, I put my rethinking face on here because I want to show you something critical about this particular post, because our good friend, Mike Stelzner, man, I took issue with him when he got on his page and he's like, Facebook video is dead. I'm going to YouTube. And I think droves of people went with him. And that's fine. That's okay, right? Because everybody has their own perspective. And I'm like, Facebook video is not dead. No way. And I know that YouTube is more long form, lean back, longer consumption. People are there to search, and they are there to consume video more so than skimmers on Facebook. But watch this. This is a 3-minute clip, native, right? He's uploaded the video natively, but look at his call to action. Full gameplay here, and he's put the YouTube link in. Now, normally, if you put a YouTube link and just share that, like without uploading a video like he did, if you just put a YouTube link, the algorithms go, no, you don't. They're our biggest competitor. We're not going to give you any reach. But what's clever about this strategy, and I would encourage you to do the same, it actually ends up going to 11-minute video. Where on YouTube, he has 6,600 views, but now there's a lot longer. A view over there is like 30 seconds, where on Facebook it's like 3 seconds. But that's a great, great strategy. So he's been able to really monetize that just by selling those suits. I saw the word tips. So what's really worked for James, and what you might be to see what are some takeaways that could work for you here as well. You don't have to get into the ghillie suit business. Create entertaining content. That's what he found. Like he knows his audience so well. He is in the trenches, literally and virtually. And he's based around this product he sells. He does use a combination, as you just saw, of YouTube and Facebook video. He goes live a lot, and he does use Instagram stories, driving people back to his page, and particularly his group. He has a highly engaged group. This is a key strategy that I recommend for everybody here in almost all businesses, to really build out your Facebook group. He has 7,000 members in there, lots and lots of moderating. He sends gifts, physical gifts in the mail to reward his top contributors. He's actually partnered up with a shop that sponsors his group and sends those gifts. And he does what he says is thousands of DMs. He is really, really engaging and in the trenches with his fan base. Even then, for the people that can't afford ghillie suits, he will get in there and teach them how to build their own. So he's very beloved in his community, as you can see, and he just gives, and then he has a blast with it. Then there could be, I see you taking pictures, which is great, because there could be some key elements in here that you could think, gosh, how could we create even a segment? It doesn't have to be for your whole fan base. It could be a portion of like your absolute super fans that just love an aspect of your product or service or brand, and you go deeper with them in a group. Another example, I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Pete. Dr. Pete Moran, he's actually a medical doctor, and he invented a patented methodology that is specifically for addicts, particularly opioid addicts, that helps them to overcome the addiction in 3 days with no side effects. Unbelievable methodology, pain-free, withdrawal-free. So Dr. Pete, he's a brilliant MD, he's a good friend of Christopher's. Christopher, my partner, has worked on this campaign as well. When it comes to technology, Dr. Pete is a complete Luddite. You wouldn't mind me saying that. So we're launching this detox methodology. Wanted to get the word out more. Brand new. Wasn't even on Facebook. Set up a brand new Facebook page, a whopping 6 fans. Now, this is where, again, I want to dispel some myths, because people think, oh my gosh, I need to build my fan base, I need to build the content, I need to build the engagement, then I'll start doing ads, then I'll start having my funnel, so on and so forth. Here is what we did with Dr. P that really shortcut that result that he wanted. Created a Facebook event from his page. His initial goal, he just wanted to get 20 people in a room in UC Irvine licensed psychologists and therapists, because they were not up on the latest detox. So he wanted to give them a briefing. So if you need to get butts in seats, this is a simple way to get local people. He had a $350 ad budget, and so they ended up getting 120 registrations. They had to get a bigger room, which is extraordinary. And they ended up having a $15,000 referral just from that process right there. So don't let anybody ever tell you, oh my God, it's got a brand new page, I need to get fans, I need to do all kinds of work on it first before I can really even start selling or getting people enrolled. And so just simple, straightforward Facebook event. It was very, very clear, very, very well targeted, a nice prestigious venue. And of course, with ad targeting, you could go specifically for job title and zip code and get that really clear. Now, so some takeaways from Dr. P. Like I say, targeting is critical. And getting that right message to the right audience. He knew who he wanted to reach. He wasn't going straight for, hey, are you an addict? You might like my solution. Facebook would never let us do that anyway, right? Whoopsie, too personal. So what this methodology does is allow you to shortcut that content. Okay, I want you to think outside the box and get your ideas spinning of, gosh, I really want to achieve this result for yourself or for a client. I know we have a lot of agencies here. And just see what you could come up with that might just, leapfrog the whole process. And of course, always measure the right goals, the right sales goals. We get caught up a lot in what are called proxy metrics. Sheryl Sandberg calls them proxy metrics, sometimes vanity metrics, where you're counting your likes and your views are good. Those are all precursors, engagement. Those are, you need those kind of in the funnel somewhere, but don't just measure those. Don't go to the boss and go, hey, we just increased our, likes by 10% or reach by 10%. He's going to go, show me the sales, show me the actual business metrics, okay? Because we all get caught up in the proxy or the vanity. All right, and so then my last example is actually from my own, and you will see on my own Facebook page, a lot of the work that I do is with brand ambassador. I'm very fortunate to be working with numerous different brands. I'm super selective, I'm very, very careful, and I've come to build extraordinary trust with my audience that they know if Mari recommends it, it's golden. I'm signing up because she's done her homework. I've met the company, I've made sure they have good customer service, I've tested the product, it's got everything that they're looking for. So my own campaigns, I always will start with a Facebook Live. I love doing Facebook Lives with a great camera, great lighting. I use Ecamm. They're down there in the booth. I'm not a sponsor of them, but they're great, or a sponsor of me. They're a great tool for Macs. Then I'll always make sure that it's relevant, it's educational. I'm never going to hop on a Facebook Live and go, hey guys, buy this thing, it's really awesome. I'm going to show them ways they can use it and basically do what we call a soft sell, right? Get some good organic reach first, then add that budget, exact same methodology that we're using with all these examples that I showed you except for James and Stephen. Custom audiences always, and lookalike. Lookalikes is the secret sauce in Facebook Ads Manager, and I'd love to go deeper in that with you if you're not sure about how to do all that, and to be able to retarget and reach the exact avatar. This is what clients love working with me in a brand ambassador capacity, because I will not only evangelize them and bring them prospects, but then I help and we run their ad campaigns for them for the particular campaign that I'm doing. So this is like a composite. This is not everything in a row, but for example, that is Pinterest, because it's so funny, Facebook expert, Pinterest pays me to promote them. Oh, that's funny. I'm just waiting for YouTube to pay me to promote on Facebook, oopsie. So Pinterest had a new academy out. We did some fun stuff with them. BuzzSumo, that was a great event. If you see these outlier kind of views, they usually have a little budget. That's Content Cal. We did a wonderful project with Content Cal. That one over there is ManyChat. That one is HubSpot, Agora Pulse. The top left is actually in video, a great product. That's campaigns underway right now. We're promoting that right now. You might have seen it in your feed. But in video is an amazing new tool, and they're also downstairs. I'm saying new. It might be new to you. They've been around for a while because they've actually started out with enterprise first, and now they're expanding into small business. So video, I cannot drive the point home enough with this particular session that organic on Facebook, video native uploads and or live. Also, I didn't even mention it, but watch parties. Watch parties are a brilliant aspect of Facebook. How many of you here have hosted a watch party? Okay, maybe 8 of you. You know, I asked the same question in my keynote last year, and it was very similar response. So a little piece of homework, watch party, because it's confusing though, right? It's not your fault. It's like, what the heck is it? And what does it do? And why should I use it? And how do I use it? But you'll see that little button anytime you ever go to watch a video, and you see it'll say host watch party. And what is that? It basically is like movie night. Like you go onto your page or your group, and you can take any public video, yours or someone else's, and now you're live in the comments. You're all watching the video together. It's like a simulated live. But the cool thing too is that you can also add like a voiceover. You can come on and go live audio, or you can come on and go live picture-in-picture video. People love that. It's really cool. It's kind of trippy. I do that in my groups. I teach a program, a Facebook Marketing Essentials course we're going through right now, and I do it all by watch parties. So Zuckerberg said not that long ago, there's a lot to do to improve newsfeed. Our roadmap for the Facebook app is very focused on a few priorities. Stories, video, and a much bigger focus on communities and groups. And now, certainly also Messenger. Just yesterday, Zuckerberg posted about the new Messenger that they promised us at F8 last year, which they said would be the lightest, rebuilding Messenger from the ground up, the lightest, fastest messaging platform on the planet. So I have it. I don't know if you do. It's iOS. If you're on iOS, you probably have it. So that's Messenger. But let's come back to video, because video, again, your best organic reach and engagement in the newsfeed. So in video, I want you to check them out, invideo.io, or I've got a real special for you. Like I say, I love to negotiate specials for my peeps. The thing that stood out to me about InVideo is that they have all the usual stuff that some other folks out there have. Many of you know I worked with Wave for a long time, great platform as well. They got the templates, they got the great editor, but what InVideo also has is this ability to do text to speech, and my favorite is article to video. So you can take any blog post, any article, any piece of text, drop it into their AI-powered video editor, and it will create a video. Many of you here might have worked with Lumen 5. People have been saying to me, oh, that's just like Lumen 5. That particular feature is similar, but it does so much more than that. So it also has this intelligent video assistant, 24/7 live support, and I've got an incredible deal for you, 50% off if you do the annual plan with that code. I'll put it up there on that slide. So they do have a booth downstairs, and I can, actually I'll have a site coming up. I'm gonna do something special here. I've got a couple gifts for you, a couple cool things for you. So I'm going to give you, for those that are interested, I have this amazing report. I surveyed my audience in January, and I compiled, we got thousands of responses, I compiled what are the top 5 Facebook and Instagram marketing challenges with solutions, and I'll give you that free report. All you need to do is come and join my group if you're not already a member of it. It's just thesocialscoop.com, and that'll redirect you to my free Facebook group, which is thousands of marketers in there. It's very active, very supportive. A lot of your peers will be there. Anytime you need support, it's a great way to get access to me as well. So if you hop and join there, we'll send you that free gift. And then my other free gift is that later today at 2:15, I will be hosting a Facebook briefing, if you will, the future of Facebook marketing. It's at 2:15. Unfortunately, there's only 50 seats. We might be able to squeeze just a tiny bit more in. And I have tickets printed that I've left at the InVideo booth downstairs. So you can go straight from here to go grab one. I will meet you down there. I'm going to hang out down there now, just as soon as we're finished up, for about an hour. If you want to talk to me, got questions, you want to tell me about your Facebook organic, your ads, anything about Facebook or Instagram or Messenger or WhatsApp, anything about the Facebook family of apps is bothering you, or a success story, or just to get selfie, whatever it might be. So I will see you downstairs at the InVideo booth. Now then, we have about 5 minutes, and I would love to do any burning questions. Who would have a question? I think we've got some mics here, one here and one here. go ahead and jump up. If anybody has a question, you can ask me right here if you can't make it down to the InVideo booth. Otherwise, I'll see it in video booth. But we do have a couple more minutes, right, Jimmy? So we may as well use it. We may as well use it up. We got 5 minutes. Go ahead and tell me your name.
Hi, my name is Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
I just had a question in terms of, you know, the political, like the election coming up later this year. Are there any recommendations that you have for making sure that your brand is still out there? Would you recommend like lowering your spend during that time to save some dollars?
Did you say would I recommend limiting your spend during the time?
Yeah, lowering your spend and saving your
Got
spend
it.
for
Yeah, I see what
another
you're saying. Wow, so, gosh, yeah, election time coming up. Don't we say hashtag delete Facebook? Yeah, that's a tricky area. It's a really good point you're bringing up because you're right. It's absolutely the amount of money that's going to be getting poured into Facebook ads, now this is specifically for obviously the political arena. I can't tell you it unequivocally lowers ad spend or increase. You're going to have to just keep a very close eye on your metrics, the most important metrics, CPCs and whatnot, and ROAS and everything to make sure that you're still on point with the results that you want. Okay? But I'm not going to say, oh, absolutely, elections coming up, lower your ad spend. All right, a couple more over here. Thank you.
Hi, I keep hearing text overlay on all videos.
Yeah.
So what apps would you recommend? I'm a entrepreneur, I run all the social media on my own business.
Yeah.
App recommendation for text overlay.
So that one I showed was InVideo.io, and you can go and take a test drive downstairs for $5 a month. That's like $60 for the year. That would be obviously, and full disclosure, I'm a brand ambassador for them. Otherwise, and they don't have a mobile app yet. I get asked this a lot, and I love mobile too. They have a mobile app coming out later this year. Meantime, what is my favorite mobile? It's called Video Leap. You guys all might love that one. Video Leap. Dang it, it might be just for iOS. I use iOS. But if you don't, if anybody Android's in the room, just go to Google and put in Video Leap, L-E-A-P, Android, equivalent kind of thing. It's a super cool app.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just go ahead. Oh, now come over here. Yeah.
Hi. So I work for a really big brand.
Say again?
I work for a really big brand.
Really big brand.
Yes. And on our page, we have a competition. A lot of users are using the same page to post during different time zones and different time frames. Some of the content is global, but a lot of it is localized and targeted to a specific demographic, well, actually geographic, not demographic. And I was wondering if you have some insight into, can that hurt the reach and because the smaller posts are only reaching a very small geographic.
Are you doing that thing? It's literally called post gating. So you're gating the content to go to that particular niche, like to go to that particular audience segment. So you're pre-selecting the audience before you make the post?
Yes.
Okay, so then it's inevitable the reach would be lower.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's not going to hurt your overall reach.
But is it going to hurt the reach of the global posts?
No, it shouldn't. No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, I'd have to take a closer look at your stats and whatnot, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of it, unfortunately, really is just experimenting. Do you do ads as well? Do you do any paid content?
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I think, unfortunately, ladies, in the interest of time, can we press a pause button there? Will you catch me after or at the InVideo booth? Is that okay? We'll talk later? Okay, because I know we got places to go and places to be. Thank you, friends. I'll also send you the slides. Go ahead and enjoy thesocialscoop.com. We'll see you downstairs. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.